Thank you, Creator, for all that you do, all that you have done, all you continue to do, and all that is to come. I love you. You know I love you. Oh, I love you. Turn around, the spirit being is up there shining. And the skies is what y'all would say looks clear. Nah, it's not clear, man. They spray all night long, all day long. They spray, so it is not the way that the sky is supposed to look. Eternal energy spirit being is up shining. The other day, it's parking lot. For the last 3 days, this parking lot over here has been completely filled with cars. You know, and I'm like, how is that possible? When, you know, did all these people just move in on that same particular day? But now the parking lot is back to the way that it you know, normally looks. You know, but and them people, they downstairs in that apartment, same apartment that I always tell y'all about, where the Migos used to live at, and they doing more work in that apartment. And the thing is they doing that post? I guess they doing that work while the people is living in there, because you know, after the Migos had moved out, uh, and they had continuously been doing work in this apartment downstairs, bro. And I got a couple videos, you know, that I wasn't able to post because, you know, they restricted this channel or whatever. Because of a video that I was trying to show people about police officers and all that old stuff. Because a police officer went to a classroom and it was a child, a girl. She could have been about, you know, I don't know, but maybe a teenager or something. But the way that this officer towered over this child, and the way that it was handled, I was just like, it's absolutely ridiculous. Then I tried to post that video, and they restricted it. They restricted the video, saying that it wasn't, saying that it was not newsworthy, or saying some stuff like they trying to protect uh, harmful stuff from the kids and all that. And I'm like, well, the video itself shows that the kids need to see it, because you can't trust nobody just because they got on a badge and shit. This officer was called. Instead of them calling this kid's mother, our parents, father, they called the police, you know. And when the police got there, he went to the desk, said, get up out of the desk. And the kid didn't even have no time to get up out of the desk. The officer flipped the entire desk over with the kid in it. And if you know how the desk is, it got that little table thing in front of it, you know, and then you got the seat, you know what I'm saying? But it's all one, one chair. Flipped the whole desk over with her in the chair, bruh. You know what I'm saying? So I know she was hurt off of that. And she didn't even attempt to get up. And the officer grabbed her by her hands and drug her up to the front of the classroom. And I was explaining in the video, like, y'all need to be mindful of everything around you. And this kid, it don't matter what color the kid was, but in this case, the kid was black, you know, and she probably was like, damn. And didn't none of the classmates stand up. So your so-called friends didn't help you, because they scared of what you call authority, which was the officer. And then the teacher sitting there, he's watching all this go on, which he probably might was the one that called the police. But the way that the kid was being handled, he didn't say anything about it or nothing. You know what I'm saying? So you got to be mindful about what's going on around y'all. You know what I'm saying? But they restricted my channel for that, and blocked the video and all that crap, you know. But like I said, they continuously been doing work in this apartment down here. And right after the Migos moved out, they was continuously doing work. And then like some Colombians and Spanish people moved in there, you know, which I'm starting to think that, the Colombians, Spaniards, Puerto Ricans, and all of that is the same. Right along with the Migos, you know, they all speak the same language, you know. And look, check this out. This is what look what I run into. I run into this. You know, nations of the world, Spain. You know, I guess that's one of their little god people right there. But it says nations of the world, Spain. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to take a look into this little book real quick and see what's going on with that. Okay, so what's his contents? You know, and y'all probably should, you know, you people that don't really, cause like I said, I didn't get no education, bro. You know what I'm saying? I just now started being able to read. They kept me stupid my whole life for 39 years. You know what I'm saying? Skipped me from like the 4th or 5th grade all the way up to the 9th, to where I was like, shit, ain't no use of me being in here, you know. So, you know, and this is the beginning. Since the ancient times. Okay. It rings a bell. Since the ancient times, people have gathered together in communities where they could share and trade resources and strive to build. That's what they doing. It's what they have always been doing. That's what they've been doing downstairs for about 3 months straight now in one apartment. So to build a safe and happy environment. Well, it might be safe and happy for them, because it's definitely not for you brown skinned, so-called black, but what they call niggas. It's definitely not safe for y'all. It's not safe for us. Gradually, as populations grew and societies became more complex, communities expanded to become nations, groups of people who felt significantly bound by a common heritage. So they all shared the same heritage, spoke the same languages, and stuff like that, to work together for a shared future. Land has usually played an important role in defining a nation. People have a natural affection for the landscape in which they grew up. They are proud of its national beauties, the mountains, rivers, and forests, and of the towns and cities that flourish there. People are proud to people are proud to of their nation's history, the shared struggles and the achievements that have shaped the way they live today. Religion, 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 culture, race, and lifestyle, to have sometimes played a role in fostering a nation's identity. Often through a nation includes people of different races, beliefs, and customs. Many may have come from distant countries. Nations have rarely been fixed, unchanging, unchanging things either territorially or racially. Throughout history, borders have changed, often under the pressure of war, and people have migrated. They have migrated across the globe. They have migrated across the globe in search of a new life, or because they are fleeing from oppression or disaster. The world's nations are. Dang, I lost my space. The world's nations are still changing today. Some nations are breaking up and new nations are forming. Although Spain is part of Europe, it is cut off from the rest of the continent by the Pyrenees Mountains. Spain's relative isolation has shaped unique traditions of men, such as religion, but such as bullfighting. However, when the Spanish created. No, they didn't create anything. Everything was already created. They made. So Spanish made a large empire in the so-called New World. In the 16th and 17th centuries, they took their traditions of men with them. Spanish culture, I can't pronounce that word, and language are still familiar throughout Mexico and Central and South America. For centuries, Spain was a relatively poor agricultural nation, particular political, I can't pronounce that, upheaval in the 20th century. Future restricted, like what they did to my video, they restricted my video development. But today Spain has emerged as a modern nation and taken its place as a major player in European Union. Okay. Introduction. Okay. Mainland Spain is located in the southwest corner of Europe, accompanying most of the Iberian Peninsula. It shares the peninsula with its much smaller western neighbor, Portugal, and to the south, I can't pronounce that, which is a British colony. Two groups of islands and two tiny areas of the coast of North Africa are also part of the Kingdom of Spain. The coast of mainland Spain face both the Atlantic Ocean and the Mediterranean Sea. France lies, France does lies. So does the Spanish. But France lies to the north across the snow-capped Pyrenees and the tiny independent principalities of Andorra to the south across the Strait of, and I can't pronounce that, Gibraltar looms to the continent of Africa. These geographical links have subjected Spain to a great variety of influences and sent Spaniards traveling in all directions. Wow, that kind of sounds like some shit out of that Bible, where they just went all over the nation preaching the word in the Mediterranean, out across the Atlantic, south into Africa, and with greater difficulty because of the barrier of the Pyrenees north into Europe. As a result, the character of custom of Spain became rather different from those of other European countries, most obviously in traditional activities such as bullfighting and flamenco songs. I guess that's how you pronounce it. I'll come back later and try to get these words right. And dance. For better or worse, traditional ideas and customs have lost much of their influence in Spain. I guess so they started migrating because they needed to continue to promote they stuff all over the wherever. In Spain today, in particular religion, formerly a dominant force. Religion, formerly a dominant force, plays a smaller part in most people's lives. Factors such as membership in European Union, EU, and the growth and the growth. So put some little maps. And there's maps right there. And there's maps. Okay. Let me go over here. I guess that's what their currency looks like. I'm ready to scroll through here real quick and see if I can't find some other information that I wanna but I'm gonna try to, I might just scroll through here and put all of this book on her like this, just in case somebody might want to read up on this or something. But I'm gonna do it like that, and I'm gonna scroll through here. Matter of fact, I might just go ahead and do it now with these pages. Okay, so we're gonna come over here. I'm gonna, try to get close in. It got that right there, and then it got that. Hold on. I don't know if that's gonna be able to be seen. And then we're gonna come down to here, and then we're gonna move over here to this paragraph right here, and go up so I can get all of it on there. Come over here. What's that? The coats of arms. Let's get a close up on that because it looked like the Queen of England, whatever her name is, the Queen Elizabeth lady's coats of arms tag, and that's the reason why I told you y'all need to look up. They got a lot something to do with that banking and stuff, and the birthing certificates and stuff being the way that they are, man. These people do. That's the reason why I keep trying to tell y'all need to get it. Y'all need to look into it and get it. You know what I'm saying? What I'm gonna do is, where does Spain's population live? All over the globe. And you brown skinned people, man, I was reading through this when I first seen this book. I'm gonna show y'all it. It really ain't. I guess that's some of where they used to live at, or where they still live at, or whatever. But I was reading through this, and I seen some shit in here. I didn't know this. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know it. You know what I'm saying? So, but reading through this, come to find out, a lot of you brown skinned people may have thought, because I thought that's what it was. That's how illiterate they kept me. But a lot of you brown skinned people, or any people, might actually think that Christopher Columbus, Jesus Christopher Columbus, was white. He was not white. He was Spanish. He was not white. He was Spanish. I just found that out from reading this book. And so a lot of that stuff that was going on about white people persecuting blacks and all that old stuff. Now, come to find out, it looks like it was the Spaniards. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so we're going to turn this around so we can get this on her like that. I guess this is all of the places they didn't hit. See all them pyramids and shit? See all them pyramids and shit? And we're going to take another scroll through here, just in case somebody does want to be able to look at this video to see some of this stuff that's in this book. I'll go back if I got enough video and show y'all the name of this book. Okay, so yeah, so the Christopher Columbus shit, talk about he found the new world. It wasn't a new world. You brown skinned people was already here. So what they did is the Spaniards came over here and they preached this Jesus Christopher crap to y'all, and they stole people out of this land. They stole people out of this land, took them back to their countries, and started mixing, mating, and breeding with them. So it's a lot of you brown-skinned people that are raised up in that area, and you think that you are a Spaniard, Colombian, Puerto Rican, or Spanish, and you are not. You are not. You was stolen out of this land that they call America, and you was took over, and your peoples was, uh, whatever. I'm not gonna go through all of that, but like they said when they said that it was slavery days and all that old shit, yeah, that type of stuff was what was going on. So they stole you out of this land, took y'all over and bred with y'all and shit, raised y'all up as their own. Like they told y'all in the book about the white people being the slave owners and all that old shit. That's not completely true. It may have been white people that was slave owners and shit, but that shit looks as though it is coming from the Spaniards. And a lot of our brown skin people was kidnapped and took to Spaniard, mixed, breeded with, brought up and trained as though they were Spaniards and shit, and they not. So it's a lot of you brown skinned people that's over speaking them languages, and y'all hanging on to a culture that does not belong to you because you was stolen out of this land. But now they done got you so brainwashed that you actually believe that you are a Spaniard or something. This book right here is telling you that they done migrated all over the world, and they probably did this with everybody they came in contact with because they use the sword. What is the sword when you turn it upside down? The sword is a fucking cross when you turn it upside down. So they was running through the areas, murdering people, stealing people off of the land, taking them back to their land, mating and mingling with them, so that they could start fitting back into those particular societies of where they was stolen from once they had got people trained up and embedded into those societies after they had raised them up as Spaniards because they was now mixed. So just want to get this on here in case anybody wants to take a look at any of this stuff. I can't read that well. I can read, but I can't, I like people be getting books and stuff and they'll read through it and you be like, hey, it was a great story. If I sit up here and try to read through this book like this, it'll probably be even more confusion. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not been able to read, you know what I'm saying? So, you know. Yeah, here I sign and stuff going on downstairs. They've been working on this one apartment downstairs for at least 2 or 3 months straight. Well, that's how it seemed like to me because while the Mexicans was down there, they was doing all that type of thumping and beating and shit. And once they moved out, now some Spanish people, Colombians, Colombians that moved down there and they doing sign beating and shit. Wow, these people are supposedly already done moved in. I've never heard of no shit like that in my life. Y'all doing all this work while somebody lived down there? How's that even possible? I do not know if I'm gonna be able to get through this entire book with just showing y'all this. I'm gonna try to get it on here so that y'all can, if you wanted to, you could read through it, and maybe I'm able to get it on here to where it'll be decently enough shown to where you'll be able to pause it and read through this crap. Well, it's not crap, it's information. And this information is telling you about the Spaniards and the Christopher Columbus. you know. But I always thought that this Christopher Columbus, the one that found the New World, America, and brought slaves to the land, that story, I always was thinking that this Christopher, or go at number 44, I always be talking about, bro. See page 44. I'm gonna have to see page 44 and see what that's talking about. You know. Let me get it so try to make it to where it'll be readable. You know what I'm saying? So you can pause it and read through it if you want to. And it was, it struck me as kind of strange, like, because I was doing something to get some stuff up out of the, from out of here away from me, man. Because I was like, man, this and stuff, because they was getting appliances and stuff that they do not need, but they set them all in here around me, bro. I was like, man, I'm ready to put this stuff somewhere else, you know, just in case I didn't get that long enough. Even though I know y'all can pause it, you know. But and while I was doing that, I ran into this book, and I was like, well, not really thinking about it, but since all of this stuff is going on around me, and I've been seeing these type of people around me ever since I started coming into the truth, which that's probably what it has always been. I just couldn't see it for what it was uh, throughout my life, but you know, I was like, let me get this book and see what's going on with this book, and then I ran into the book, and the book was speaking about Columbus, which I actually thought was a white guy. Now, many people might have already known that he's not white. I didn't. I did not know it. I know now, though. I don't think I'm gonna be able to get all this on here. I might not even do this one. I might have to do another one and just wait. We'll see. I know a lot of y'all could probably just get this book. You know? So it seems to me like the Spaniards been running around mingling with everybody in the creation. And They pulled up over here and they had flags in the car and all that when all them cars was over here. And that's probably not gonna stop. With their flag in the car, their country's flag in the car, you know. One on the rear view and a big one that look like us, the type that they hang up for the whole area to see. Right on the dashboard, you know. So you brown skinned people that are over here in what they call Americana, y'all definitely need to wake up, man, because like I said, they get a lot of you brown skinned people are in that heritage and that culture, but y'all was stolen out of this land and bred with. So now I guess that means just y'all's peoples. Y'all was stolen from out of this land and placed throughout the world in different areas. And that's the reason why that book, the Bible that they confuse, set up there, and it tells you that y'all need to go back to y'all's land. You know, the land that they supposedly destroyed. Yeah, they destroyed it, all right. They destroying it right now. But they have ultimately destroyed America in your mind because you do not know. If you brown, you do not know this is where you are from. And they came over here and stole people out of the land. Mixed and breed with them. And probably pimped us out all across the globe. You know, so that we would be in every area of the world. You know. Because I guarantee you it's more brown skinned people over here in America than anywhere else in the world. Now the African people are black. You know. It's just information I think that, you know, people need to see. Just in case I didn't get that map, I think I did though. I already went past that page 44 because I want to try to hurry up and get this. Moorish cities. I hadn't heard that name before, Moorish. Well, Moorish people sounds like they Spanish. You got brown people running around screaming that they Moorish. I have to read through it because I'm just looking at that, but this book is saying that they migrated everywhere, so wherever they was migrating at, they was just taking up names, I guess. It tells you in that book, it tells you in the Bible that they have many names. Mm-hmm. Uh-oh, I see Greeks and Romans down there. See Greeks and Romans down there. Wall paintings. I'm trying to get this to where sometimes this phone feel like it's like doing some. Yeah, I have to do something else, man. I'm gonna have to delete some stuff off of here if I want to get this whole book on here, man. And I definitely want to get this whole book on here, so anybody that is interested in it. So I'll probably just make a part 2 to this video of this book. And this right here is page 55 right now. And this is page 56. I'm gonna try to make sure that it's able to be read. Myers Library Media Center. This was probably a book from the library. Ain't no telling whose book this was. But I think I remember somebody having to pay for this book. I think they had to pay for this book because they couldn't find it. And look, I took and did all that cleaning, did all that little rambling and putting stuff up, and I found this book. But they already done paid for it now, so. It was a lot of cussing and screaming going on about that book, about this book. Saying that somebody stole it. Why would somebody want to steal a book? You know. But she wound up paying for it. I think it cost her like maybe. I think she had to pay the late fee, a fee for it. How long the book was gone, and then turn around and buy the book. So she was at about $50, $60 maybe. Try and get the whole paragraph on us so anybody will be able to read through it, and then I'll just do this like that. You know what I'm saying? Uh-oh. Got a painting down there. This looks like a Spaniard. He got his armor on, and maybe he's knighting somebody. But it looks to me like he's killing somebody. Threatening him. Very vicious people. And the takeover is still in effect because all of the businesses and corporations are in the name of the District of Columbia that are over here in America. And 9 times out of 10, I mean, like the guy's video that I seen that did research on the 2 birthing certificates. Here go Christopher. We read this. When Jews and Muslims were forced to leave Spain if they did not convert to Christianity, Spain lost many of its most skilled and industrious people, all for the sake of religious unity. Okay, and then it says, the Jews of Spain were told that they must become Christians or leave the country. Many did convert, but perhaps as many as 200,000 of them left their homelands for good. In 1502, the Moors under Spanish rule were offered the same choice. Those who remained were often prosecuted by the I can't pronounce it, and eventually all the Moriscos, converts from Islam, were expelled from Spain. Even after this, the in question, I can't pronounce that, retained in extraordinary countries long control over Spanish life. Another great event of 1492 was the European journey to the Americas by a Spanish expedition led by a Aguinos sea captain, Christopher Columbus. Amen. C box. Okay, this is the box. And then they got all these names on here. And when they speak about the Moorish being expelled and all that old shit, I just took that as they were sending people out to different areas to go and preach this shit. You know what I'm saying? Because the fucking book is speaking of the same goddamn shit, of the same people. You know. The fucking English book is translated from the Hebrew. Now they setting up here saying that the Spanish people expelled the Hebrews and Moorish people, when all of them people speak the same language. They all speak the same language. That's what a guy told me. He was like, shit, it's basically the same language. So it's all the same language and shit. You know what I'm saying? So, and then it tell you in the beginning of this book that they migrated. They you know. And then they got this right here. Okay, let me do that. Make sure that I get it to where people can read it. I don't know. Dang, it's a person down there with their head chopped off. But all them people, well, they got them people on the horses and shit. I guess some people down there below, it must be like Indians or some shit. I don't know. But they wasn't from America. They wasn't from America. It wasn't nothing but brown people over here, bro. They did that shit. They told y'all that shit. Man, look at the so-called Indian people. They could pass for Spanish, Puerto Rican people. You know, they could pass for Spanish or Puerto Ricans or Mexicans. You know what I'm saying? So that shit right there, you know, people, y'all keep believing this shit the way that these motherfuckers tell it to you in school and all that old shit. They the ones that taught this shit to you. Not just the Bible, they educational system, all of this shit. Who is this nigga? Because that word, when I looked that word up, nigga, from nigga, and I looked it up in etymology, it says that name nigga was actually, you know, originated from like the Migos Spanish people and all that old shit. You know, so how the fuck did it get our way over here to us? They brought it over here when Christopher Columbus stumbled upon a land claiming that he found some new land. No, he didn't. We was already here. But since they claimed that they were smart and intelligent, they went and lied to their own people saying they found some new land. They knew it wasn't no new land. How the fuck it, all of the land is land. It's new to them motherfuckers. It was new to them. And they came over here and started stealing people from out of it. You brown skinned people who they call black but call niggas. You know, you people best wake up. Okay, so we get ready to. I'm gonna get this right here, and then I'm gonna come back with another video to get the rest of this book. And what page is this? This is 68, page 68. So thank you, Creator, for all you do and all that is to come. I love you. You know I love you. I love y'all. Call out to Creator. Creator is the truth. Do you speak it? Look like Nazis to me. Looks like they all are the same. Looks like the Spanish are the ones that the book is talking about. You know, the anointed ones, the ones that got the blessing from God. That's what it's looking like. It looks like all these people are the same people, bruh. So y'all need to get this book and check this book out and read it. You know, but you can't read it the way that they want you to understand it. I'm out of here.